age, and I'm not proud of it, or he might be not proud of it, but bro, like it's the same thing.
Okay. If I sat down with your dad in the room and I said, listen, your daughter's on OnlyFans right now. You're
still a little confused. I guess, but
this is called an AFF.
You know what?
It's my own coined fallacy. It's called an argument from feeling. Let me give you the caveat distinction. I would say that a flight attendant who is sleeping with a lot of men is doing something immoral.
At Vodafone, supercharge your world with a new
And into your life, like in order to keep him and go on to the next level of relationship, which is what most women want. We don't just want to have sex and casually have sex everywhere all the time with everyone. That's what men value.
And again, it's jurisdiction specific. In some municipalities and cities, women can go shirtless. Can't really think of any aren't constitutionally equal to men is actually going to be a higher threshold for you to prove than just rights. But so I'm even willing to go down to just speaking about rights. So what rights?
I would say most men who are like 23 trying to date 18-year-olds, it's because they're unable to get women their own age because they lack maturity.
So let's move it back, okay, before you go off on these other
and don't pay attention to the words at all, then you're going to have a much clearer understanding of where your relationship is.
Yes.
Does that make sense? If he can, if he keeps calling you at, midnight, that means he doesn't respect you as a long-term partner. But you just pay it.
Do not have to sign up for the selective service.
And that should change.
Okay, so what you have just demonstrated is that even if we're talking about the trans agenda, that trans men, that those types of relationships failed more than relationships within a similar age. They couldn't find any significant deviation whatsoever.
Yeah, I would assume they wouldn't.
Why?
Most
And successful men, and they're predatory for targeting wealthy and successful
You're
men.
a feminist, though. I assume you believe in
That would be evidence.
Okay.
I have to move it off of the tube tying thing.
That's what I'm-
But back to this. So if the ERA was passed, what would be the sort of tangible results?
Men would be able to have more bodily autonomy.
Okay, so we can get into that.
Okay.
Would you vote so that men couldn't vote on women's bodily autonomy?
Men couldn't vote.
Bang Stein? Did you bang Stein?
Fuck no.
Oh, all right. I thought you banged
What's
Stein.
wrong with you? Oh my God.
I didn't know. I thought you banged Stein.
Oh, you know, chant. Shut up.
I didn't know. I thought you banged Stein. That's all I heard. I don't know.
Okay.
Yes, it would be you got to wear shoes or no shirt, no service or something like that. It would be an ordinance. That would not be a right.
Well, in any case,
in other words, there's no.
Women just are. The reason why women's opinions typically aren't respected by successful men is because most women aren't successful themselves and they haven't went through the trials and tribulations that a man has been through.
But that's what I'm
the
talking
reason
about.
why.
We have to push harder than.
Estrogen's a bitch. Yeah, she's not
Nick,
great.
really quick. Okay, guys, really quick before we get back into it, have you had some time to think about what rights?
No.
Use the word manipulation.
No. You made the claim that younger women are easy to manipulate, but I could say that
They are.
right. But hold on, I am making the argument that
Progressives. There's a lot of smart liberals. There's a lot of smart progressives don't make arguments from their feelings.
Okay.
And they're brutal to have drag out debates with. They're super smart. They're really well informed.
Privilege is invisible to people who have it. The fact that you don't even care about what you say on the show, I would have done, a little bit of research before you came on here.
Let me be honest. I did do the research.
I have control over my body. I do think that's unfair.
I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
And I probably shouldn't vote for you.
No.
Not going to allow you to weasel out of this. So you can try to bring up abortion, but that's a different.
Because it's called the Republic of North Korea.
Okay.
It's a communist dictatorship, but it is called the Republic of North Korea.
Okay.
So that must be a
this
Like
other
very, very often.
Actually, so I can make another argument. So a woman who's, say, 33 and still single, she is perhaps because of the time clock when it comes to pregnancy. Look, you can get couplings, you have heterosexual relationships, and then the highest incidence rate of domestic violence is actually in lesbian relationships. So what do your municipalities and jurisdictions preclude women from going topless? Wouldn't it, effectively, in practice?
No, it would be like a stop sign law. It would be like, it would just be a law like that. It's all about the prefrontal cortex. So I got to ask you,
They
if
still
this is...
develop a prefrontal cortex.
Yes, but not correctly. right? Not correctly. So just bait.
Democrats can look at you if you're a Republican and say, Republicans don't believe in equal rights for women. And then people believe it.
Okay.
So don't believe it.
If the issue is societal too.
There's 3 different. Oh my god. You rats. Damn, even the rap of this. Swag now hides in the.
Watch this simple trick closely. Don't ever buy another pair of glasses until you see what this invention can do. These self-adjustable glasses are taking the world by storm.
And it really hurt me because I really loved him. But I'm just crazy. Call me selfish.
So do you want kids?
Yeah, I want kids.
You do your own kids.
You don't like
listen. Okay, so what I was gonna say.
I'm into this shit now.
I don't.
She.
They would not say that they're biological. That's correct. They would say there's only 2 sexes. There's only
Hi
2.
there, man.
There can
You alright?
only ever be 2. One sex produces ova with big.
You got upset the last time and nobody even argued with you or nothing, so you gonna be just upset. And I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. These guys making a lot of sense though, but I feel like a lot of stuff, and I get
What do you mean at what cost?
You get it for free?
Yeah, I got this for free.
So these chicks get hooked up all the time.
So you
Yo, men are bad.
I never bought a girl anything in my fucking life.
So you don't
What? She's on holiday this week, right?
It's insane to me that it's insane to you.
Yes, lovely. I don't remember who do I speak with on Monday.
I'm not gonna get on that boat unless I become a billionaire and add value back. That's the reality. Women have pretty privilege, fantastic, and I'm acknowledging it.
Pretty privilege is not a fucking thing. I'm not.
Well, but I'm saying, are you basing it off of like this, right? Are you basing it off a guy who's gonna buy you these necklaces and these materialistic shit that don't even matter?
And like, if you really love your daughter, you're gonna coach her up on the things that high-level men are looking for, and where to navigate to not make those mistakes, like fucking in a car at Lyft. Like, you have to talk to your daughter through that. Hey, maybe you should.
Are women and men.
Yeah. Do you think there's a 3rd sex? How many sexes do you think there are?
I don't think that matters.
I think it matters. How many sexes do you think
I think that this is like
the major transgender advocates do not say that there's more than 2 sexes. They say that there's hundreds of genders.
Okay.
But there's still only 2 sexes. So that amendment, the 19th Amendment, says based on.
Honestly, if I'm gonna be real, like,
please.
I'm not a millionaire yet, but in my mind, I am. So I will love to date a millionaire.
So in your mind?
Yes.
Yeah, my mind's already like a millionaire.
So that's about. No, bro, not if you're a big G. No, fuck no. Replace me. No, seriously.
I dare you.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, like, I told a girl this one time, I'll never forget it. We were gonna break up, and I said, listen, money should be about real life, real feelings, real fucking people. You're just living a fake life, bro.
There's levels to it, but I'd be a fucking lying if I said money doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm never gonna be a liar.
That's a fair
I'm not a
argument.
liar. Literally so better with their fucking life.
Whoa.
Become domestic abusers. I'm not kidding. They hate themselves.
You
They hate
what?
themselves. No. They're so mean and they're insecure.
like what like men being like more violent overall.
But this was in context of this domestic violence.
Is that what like their law?
He had to bust his ass to get to a certain point. Yeah, hold on. It's not just be a man. This is what I'm trying to say when I say privilege is invisible to those that have it.
People will always listen to the man. Always.
Because men must become women.
Do you know any transgender people?
Yeah. How many sexes do you think there are? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that
Yeah,
this
I
is
can name- I
harmful to their?
Whether it's okay, is that nobody can be denied the right to vote
Great,
via
okay.
sex.
Sure.
So all those trans people can vote.
Right. Okay.
So then what's the inequality issue here?
That's what I said. So draft them all.
So welcome. Why do all the trouble guests sit in that spot? Question for the panel: if Christianity were true, would you become a Christian? Are you able to scoot into the table just a little bit? Yeah.
So, what's the
whole show? You haven't been able to make a coherent sentence. I'll give it your funny. Yeah.
No, for real. It doesn't matter.
To them being drafted, I suppose.
So the thing is the epitome of the straw man now, right? To create the arguments against people who never made them. So I so most certainly.
It's his choice. I love you either way. Do what you want. I love you.
You have children. No, that's why I asked. Like, do you have kids already?
Working on 100.
All right. You said you want to say something from before?
From one administrator's payouts. I'm not surprised by any means, because he wins every tournament organized by Repulse. I recently exposed Repulse for hosting corrupt tournaments ran by another
room and adults. into a
This is what I'm talking about
into a
with the
consensual adult
this is what I'm
relationship.
talking about with the
Unless they're
preschool
grooming them into now you're going to be a murderer, now you're going to be a thief. There's no grooming.
Your friend.
No, he's not. He wants to smash. That's it.
He wants it in your pants. He wants the cootie cat.
Yeah.
Do all of you think that?
Yeah.
Of course.
You see what he did there?
Yeah, I see what he did there. I definitely see what he did there.
You're right. If as a female, it's crazy. Like girls can get laid so easy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so easy. It's disgusting. You men are disgusting.
Okay, we ain't disgusting. We are actually fucking loyal souls.
Chance, like you value that person. Like the less effect it has on you, the less sensitive it makes you. Like shouldn't it be the other way? Like you should tell men don't see.
I think that has more of an effect with women than it does.
You know what? If there's no problem and if we don't, like, we should have it then. Why is it such a big deal?
I think this word will sum this up perfectly. Redundancy. So.
About like pornography and like no man is gonna marry like yes, there are men that will marry women that do pornography, but you were also talking about how there's a lot of men that are judgmental of men
than women.
It's not a generalization, that's a data point.
Yeah, that's gotcha.
One which I dispute, by the way.
Like the IPV, we could continue having a conversation, but
let it go.
okay. I mean,
Supercharge your business.
Totally off the wall. Am I allowed to ask a question? I don't want to.
Yes.
So what if it's a situation, because you said the world is changing, and you even said that a lot of stuff.
As much as they can. When it's like you guys are like, okay, like family dynamic and things like that, and like love and like be together forever and stuff like that. When the more people you sleep with, the less.
What if I called you insecure because these are your preferences?
Well, what should my preferences be?
No.
If you were a girl.
Oh, see, it doesn't make sense, right? Because that's your natural preferences, right? Height.
Is explain to her how the world works and try to help her create competencies that gave her choice. But with the way the world is going right now, I would explain.
Let's try again with Grammarly.
The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States by any state.
It's sin in the Ten Commandments.
Bruh.
That's literally, that's.
You do not just see your logic here is flawed.
What happened in real
what
life,
you
though?
want is your preferences. What we want is insecure.
Okay, I guess.
You'll find a dick. So it's
They do.
But I never once said we're gonna outlaw 30-year-olds from dating 18-year-olds.
I
never
agree,
once
you
said
didn't.
that.
But if you have the response of telling people you shouldn't do the case, don't you think that women should not be able to vote until 25?
I wouldn't say women can do it. I would say.
Well, we're talking about women being able to consent. Well, right. So this is the thing. I don't think that it's correct to say that your dad had to sign off on the tube tying either.
I'm saying that
For the man, but possibly create a bond with his girl so you can make money together.
But you would never put her at that table to be in a position to make money. I'm just trying to ask I'm trying to.
And I'm like, so
Well, you know what? Thank you, bro, for being who you are.
Maybe he's bisexual though.
I don't know. As far as I know, he likes
Show it to you, man, whoever you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Similar age with the same experience, but you don't. That's really weird.
So my grandma actually left my grandpa for a man that was
in the ERA, there's anything in there that has anything to do with abortion rights.
I think that she's referencing like making abortion.
And the paper test is unstoppable. I told you.
Swag refused to go off until he got a win. The games went.
So, like, wouldn't that be a thing?
Wouldn't
Like,
mean that they're more
isn't that don't you want to protect like women against
Doesn't
the
make you
strong
more
men?
violent just because you're strong.
I would think that isn't.
For instance, there's going to be women who are stronger than other women, right?
Sure.
No, that's not true.
You guys can go out and get fucked too by whoever you want, whenever you want. You go out and get fucked, right? Anytime.
Not when you have value.
If you
Well,
want to,
whether or not
if
you
you're,
have value or not, but it's a guy's perspective, a guy's mind.
To build you up, because a man, truly, one of his jobs is to, if he's going to have a queen, right? He's going to build her up to the point where she can sit at the table that she's never sat at. Don't put your feelings involved. It's not going to be a fair fight. You need to get a massive advantage, ruthlessly get a massive advantage, and you'll win.
I believe that we are equal right now, so I apologize that I did not come more prepared.
Well, you don't need to articulate every single way in which you believe women are unequal, I would like to hear
going to like their places of work, or
Yeah, but what would that have to do with whether they're
How is that
equal or
right?
not?
Well, when you're saying like when you have these arguments that like don't like trans women are
Whether or not people can walk around nude or not, leaving it up in the 10th Amendment to the states. So the states allow the municipalities to govern themselves. Some municipalities say that women can do this, some don't. So then you think everybody should get drafted?
throw the Equal Rights Amendment up there.
No.
Because if
Why do
everybody's
we
equal,
need
then
the
there
Equal
should be
Rights
no problem. If we,
Testosterone is only going. So your inference is that testosterone equals violence?
I think that it can. Yeah, I think that
So can-
there's.
Okay. So can estrogen.
Encountered.
Yeah.
And he's not a female.
I'm just joking.
He
But
can
if-
put
if-
on eyeliner,
if all
and that
it
doesn't
is-
make him less of a man.
If all it
He's
is
very secure of his masculinity.
if all it is
That's
the
what I love about
idea
him.
of
Kept through peace.
Yeah.
You have to be a man
Amen.
of peace.
There it is.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Women have
and quiet.
this whole thing that Myron says, and he's like said it so many times over, and it's so.
on account of sex. If that is true, then no human being inside the United States is going to not be able to vote, period, based on asexual.
Wait, hold on one sec, guys. Well, per year for you, real quick.
Well, you have to have a job at least. So I would say like at least 30,000, 35. I agree.
A year, a month?
Because like they
A
could,
year?
yeah, they could.
No pun intended.
Yo. Alright, let's get it cracking. I'm gonna be honest, Xbox players, y'all got it, bro.
He found it best
procedure than a vasectomy. Start there.
They do often ask about spouse. They do often ask children, and they do play that.
I've
into
heard
that.
stories from men all over the country that when they went
Yeah, I'm a yapper, but they love it. They love it. I don't know.
You are hot. I'll give you that.
20.
You are hot.
So, yeah, they get me. I cook, I clean. I'm so helpful. You get married, like you have sex, you get married, la la la. Ultimate final step in life with with a partner is having kids, creating life with them. Right, and I've never done that. And it's gonna be my first time, right? Whenever I am.
That too. So I have a harder advantage. Kind of like he's trying to put in his kids. My dad put that in me, and maybe he didn't want me to.
What are you?
I'm saying I'm basically.
Do men have that women?
Maybe we could talk about like constitutionally then, because like I told you, I don't have the rights. I'm not more prepared, and I'm very sorry about that.
The other things that I said, but yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
What do you mean? What?
All right, you want a guy who makes $1 million a month? We're just asking simply.
Stop. Don't lie now when you're talking in the back room. Don't lie when you're fucking right here.
No, I don't date broke men. I wouldn't date a broke man.
Why not? Why wouldn't you date a broke man? What if he had all this shit together?
Public then.
The Inflation Reduction Act only boosted inflation.
Okay,
But okay, so the contents of a bill might oftentimes have nothing.
Commonality of interest, then I would just give you the same argument back. We both drive cars, we both have jobs, we both do this, we both do that, we both do all these things, so we must have all this stuff in common. Not really. A commonality is not.
Learning lesson, guys. Don't date men with kids. Don't do it.
Ugh. I feel like it's just so late in the game now. Like a lot of these men, they already have kids.
The reality is like it doesn't matter about other people. Like the only person that can fix you is yourself. I don't know.
But you can always go to like a parental figure.
Also, you already talked.
Salwoff coming in. Thank you. Thank you, man, for the TTS, or no, not the TTS, the Streamlabs message. Howdy, long-time listener, first-time donator. Hey, thank you, man. Really appreciate it.
Who are 23 and older are going for 18-year-olds, especially 18-year-olds that are. There's 18-year-olds that are still in high school.
So?
They're graduating high school. So you think someone in high school?
This is considered
No, that's the thing, is like
shifting the goalposts or
Okay.
Mon Bailey?
So what do you want?
Because your original claim was not societally, it was rights.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, but I feel like you be just getting like a little irritated, and I get that because you probably got to do this all the time.
Yeah,
do this all
because
the
you
time.
say stupid shit all the time.
But you don't. This is your show. The way you say, "Oh,
Who are engaged in a similar age relationship, and those who are in this age gap relationship of 20 years or more, by the way. No significant difference. If it was true.
What about you?
I agree, 100K.
100,000.
I think money doesn't really matter.
Cap.
either.
Anyway, you literally just did OnlyFans for it. What about you? You guys be fucking lying all over the place, bro. Shit crazy, man.
No, I think it's really ridiculous that guys are. Also, I've had a lot of guys sit there and complain about how they're jealous that women can actually go into that.
Do you agree with me that there's plenty of women who like to be manipulated and controlled?
Or younger women like
Some
older men 'cause they're
dynamics.
more
I think that that's a
established, they don't
very,
need-
very.
wanting to cheat and
Looks are
wanting
different. I'm never going to judge a person for their money they make,
that's not
ever.
real
I don't care if a
love.
girl makes $0 or if she makes $1 trillion.
No, I
Doesn't matter to
said
me.
fat and ugly, brother, not broke.
What about ambition? You don't want
Change
to
her
go with
personality.
ambition?
She's fat and ugly, maybe. You know?
No one cares about a woman's opinion. No one cares about a female's accomplishments. Y'all are not that special. There's a reason why Justin said it's
Not
going to be
true.
harder for you to
You're
replace
very
me
special.
than I replace you, because women on the things that make a woman attractive are very common and easy to
Be
attain.
like, I did not live a real fucking life. And it's gonna be the saddest thing in the fucking world when you're old and you're gonna realize that's great, but when you're chasing around fucking Cartier bracelets and not real life.
It comes to me.
Wow, big. And almost 2,000 over there on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube,
Jivanik donated $200. Ask her how she feels about violence.
I feel like, does he, okay, I feel like, but what if it doesn't cross his mind until one day you offer it? How about he never had that intention to smash you, but
That's
then...
always our intention. And I'll tell you why. Because women are...
And have talked about the fact that they go for younger women because they're easier to mold.
You have to stop making every man as if they're like being predatory.
Actually, I'm willing to totally. I'm totally willing to engage with this. I think.
It's hard.
men
It's
are
like if
loyal.
I'm dating, if I'm like taken off of the roster, whatever, I need to be taken care of. I don't want to be struggling with a man. Broke men are so better. They abuse women. They're
You're equal to men when it comes to voting. And if you're equal to men when it comes to voting, then that means that you can elect whatever politician you want to enforce your will just like we can. Totally equal. So, before they reach 18.
Before they reach 18, if they're fully transitioned, then yeah, I would think so.
They don't.
Okay.
They was poorer.
Yeah. So why do you guys like promote men to sleep with more women?
Talking into a microphone is legal consent online. So the thing is, you should probably be more concerned with what you say on the show than he has to be concerned with what you say on the show. Does that make sense?
Wow. Women should be considered an adult and make an adult decision probably around 25.
Because of the prefrontal lobe.
I would, because of the prefrontal lobe, yes.
The prefrontal lobe that begins degrading immediately.
It sets
A lot
women
of
up
times.
to be in very, very toxic dynamics.
Well, essentially,
this is just something that we have
essentially
seen.
every relationship now is set up in a toxic dynamic because most of these marriages are ending in divorce. So they seem like based on nourishment alone by your argument. Okay, there could be women who are 25 as long as they're just in a lower socioeconomic, position. They should not.
But why are you laughing?
Listen, say my point even more.
Okay. Pretty privilege does exist.
bill that is named and called entitled the Equal Rights Amendment. Ergo, we don't have equal rights because a bill that is titled the Equal Rights
that have been directly involved in this corruption. Let's see what other streamers are also involved. Shifty is also in the thick of it. He has 1,000s from this corrupt.
So I told him to get out my house.
Oh, he living with you?
Hell no. I would never live with a man, and a man would never live in my house unless we were married.
So why did you told him to get out?
Relationships, and it's the highest in lesbian relationships, even compared to heterosexual and gay male relationships.
I would almost argue that like it's unreported among gays.
All right, he's on team 30.
It's really amazing because there actually are really compelling arguments against the age gap argument. But the people who feel
simultaneously not budging on your preferences, that you have.
But
does
you
that make
wanting
sense?
different girls
We
is
can
not a
have
preference
preferences and you
in
can have
dating.
preferences. You just don't like our preferences. But I can't sit there and call you insecure for wanting a man taller than you. That's natural, and you should be.
Okay, so we'll talk fresh
So
18s.
young woman means
What does
adult,
fresh
18 and over.
mean?
They just turned 18.
So what? Can they vote?
Yes, but your brain
Yes.
is not fully developed.
Then why are
until
you
are
voting?
25.
Then why are you voting?
Two of them
Their
dating?
experience.
How is that?
And they speak about it. And they speak about it, and abusers and groomers specifically have been
I'm gonna have like 5 of her. You know what I mean? Like that's not
We
gonna
are
happen. One.
but you're,
Yeah. What was that?
I feel like guys that need to have multiple females.
Here we go. There we go.
The type of food that I really like. What the fuck would that have to do with us having anything in common? Nothing. Nothing. Honestly, that would have no bearing on whether or not we deeply loved each other.
Yeah.
So the thing
Just take a deep breath and not overlook the primal nature of wanting to be feminine, wanting to be a mother, wanting to, be a part of a family unit.
The RA should have passed no problem, and I think that
what would
they're
that have to do
also
with women? signing up, though, for the biological sex of female who's allowed to vote, why is it that the make it?
Okay.
Are you an adult at 25 because your prefrontal lobe is fully developed?
I would say that's a factor. It's also experience.
Okay, but experience is
And I would say
hang on.
it's a 21-year-old.
Experience never made such an argument. Brian most certainly never made such an argument. The argument that we're making is very specific.
Okay.
The argument is that if
Supercharge your business with the all-new Shopify point of sale, the all-in-one POS solution built on the world's
That.
Ew.
I'm saying that.
Okay.
Literally.
I'm so funny, and yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna repeat myself about.
Yeah.
My partner have a lot.
What do you have in common?
Nima Solari.
Witchcraft. We're both hot. We're both are artists.
Sure, it's Sierra.
There's a lot.
Sorry, it's SALAR.
Just a clarification, because I like when you guys talk and you want to define a word. So you keep saying the word grooming. So from what I know what the word grooming is, it's taking someone and slowly acclimating. Happening because I am an adult. Both people are adults.
Which is
Grooming
why
only
this
happens
An 18-year-old adult is
an
different
adult.
than a 30-year-old.
It's still an
in a
adult.
lot of circumstances because you're
Your dad?
No. I did not say that, Myron. Are you taking notes? I'm saying my dad instilled in me to win harder, to try to get there.
Throw that equal rights amendment up there, and we're all equal, and draft us all.
So, I just want to make sure I get this right. Right now, you agree that nobody can be drafted.
Stream every moment of Paris 2020.
Then why didn't the equal rights amendment pass?
Because it's not
Why?
about equal rights, it's about redefining the word woman. It redefines the word woman from biological woman with XX chromosome.
That's why I'm like, I don't understand why you guys take playing games, because like, okay, say I hold out for like 3 weeks, you feel me? And it's like, okay, and then you eventually...
I think it was a rage quit.
Thank you so much.
I think it was a rage quit. I think you can't defend your worldview. You can't defend your worldview. I think you're a coward, to be honest. I think it's cowardly for you to quit because you've been absolutely relationship together. And two men in a relationship together, the rates among gay men having domestic violence in those relationships is the lowest compared to both heterosexual relationships and lesbian.
What about that? It's that you set like a precedent where, well, you set a precedent of like, you know, violence where my friends don't feel safe.
Because of her greater urgency to enter into a relationship, she must be easier to manipulate.
That example also sounds like you're a gross person. That doesn't. That example is not less.
Because women are retarded and think that men and women could be friends a lot of the times.
No, a lot of the time. Not everybody thinks the same way. Not especially if you're in a relationship. You're not gonna.
God, bro, I'm just getting third party. That's so unfortunate.
On PC,
you also objected to him saying find a man. You could certainly find like a strong woman in your family to guide you too.
Free, he'll separate himself from the competition and win. My sons will win. Empathy will not be a word in my house.
I love that.
What about your daughters? What do you think about them?
To do with the actual title.
Okay.
So, you did make the claim, and women, that's separate from the Equal Rights Amendment, aren't constitutionally equal to men. So you're gonna have to
more likely to report something like that, and I think that
inside of your list of fallacies, did you write down the argument from incredulity?
No.
Or anything. Like you bought it for Kyle.
Oh, you bought a fucking brace for Kyle? I would have never guessed. Of course you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what good friends do.
Dude,
you don't
I
think
don't
so,
understand how,
but that's what I'm asking.
I wanna be
that's what I'm
convinced.
trying.
I wanna be convinced
Hold on,
to your
just let her answer. It's okay.
I remain unconvinced.
So, you don't think we are. In what ways do you think?
Thanks. Thank you.
That's how you about to painting.
But
I have to
you do
introduce
still represent yourself while you're on the show. You understand that, right?
Yeah,
and also,
but I
everything you say here stays on the internet forever. And also, just to let you know, if you had a problem with anything you said previously,
You could manipulate somebody at an older age for other reasons.
Yes, that's also disgusting. and predatory. But also,
Right, so
that's,
why
but
do
that's
you-
Okay, so she needs to elaborate on it because he did.
Spade?
Huh?
Are you gonna involve the other spade? I'm not saying you wrong or nothing. It's just like he's a
Streamer that sells a boosting service for ranked play. The exact same thing that Ricochet are banning for. Ricochet want to get rid of these streamers boosting, and
30 years younger than her. They stayed married for 55 years, and he was right there at her deathbed.
How old was she and how old was he?
He was, I think, 20, 21, and she was...
Her goes to feel like she wants to leave. I'll teach her the things that she'll be looking for if she's losing respect for him, etc.
Like give her a flag.